participation in today's show in just a few minutes. We'd also like to thank Aero Charter for their support. Aero Charter would like to welcome you to the 2002 Spirit of St. Louis Air Show and STEM Expo with air show performers, aircraft displays, and STEM exhibitors. The air show has something for more about our rich heritage programs and offerings for pilots and FBOs. The leader in aviation welcomes you to the show as we listen to beautiful sights and sounds of that historic World War II Top Gun, the P-51 Mustang. And on the takeoff roll from Air 29 Superfortress Doc. And right behind them, that is a tail, much like the Beech-18 or the Lockheed Electras of the early days. But that would have been known as a B-24, that double tail. But right now, that's the PB4Y, the maritime version of that aircraft. Sister aircraft B-24, one of the most mass-produced aircraft in history. And now, B-17 Flying Fortress in parade review after its takeoff. That big B-29, that's Doc. It's based in Wichita, Kansas, and is owned and operated by Doc's Friends, a non-profit organization. Doc was built in 1944 by Boeing in Wichita and delivered to the United States Army Air Corps in 1945. It was one of 1,644 B-29s built in Wichita during World War II. Doc served as a member of a radar calibration squadron in upstate New York at Griffith Air Force Base. The squadron was known as the Snow White Squadron, with 9 airplanes: Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs, and the Wicked Witch. In 1956, Doc was rescued by a man named Tony Mazzoloni and brought back to Wichita in 2,000 volunteer hours to restore this Warbird. It's powered by 4 big, bright, 3,350 cubic inch, 2,200 horsepower per engine. Doc was restored to flying condition in 2016 and has now logged more than 409 to protect our nation's freedom and security. Doc is owned today by Supermarine, the second command policy, flight engineer Kevin Tolbert, and Leon Pitts. To give you an idea of the size of that big B-29 Superfortress, Doc's wingspan is 141 feet, 99 feet long. Superfortress was the first all-electric airplane and the first pressurized high-altitude bomber. During its work, $8,000 to $10,000 per hour to fly this aircraft, or that's about $170. A static display where airshow guests can get up close and personal with a B-29 and climb inside history. Today is that PB4Y, which again is basically the maritime version of the B-24 during World War II. This aircraft came into action towards the end of World War II and served in the Philippines and the Marianas in 1945. The Privateer was designed for torpedoes. By 1942, radar homing missiles were operated off the U.S. East Coast, and tests had proven the missiles to be effective. Interestingly, the PB4Y was one of the first aircraft to carry the radar control missile. This cell-second light bomb was called the BAT. It was tested in combat and operated by Rear Admiral Delmar Fahaney, the U.S. Navy's machine. It was called the first guided missile. The size of the Privateer. It had signals miles an hour, up to 21,000 feet, at a range of 2,800 miles. So, very unique aircraft. We're thrilled to have a navigator, a bombardier, a nose gunner, a flight engineer, a top turret gunner, a radio operator, waist gunners, and 2 ball turret gunners, as well as a tail gunner. Right now, you can hear the sounds of that whirling on the nose of the incredible Supermarine Spitfire. We're going to get a chance to see that aircraft. Out of Wichita. Another great Boeing product, PB4Y, the Privateer. Powered by 4 Another great top platform view of our B-29 as the Superfortress turns inbound out there, standing on that left wingtip. Beautiful top platform view of the Superfortress. Yeah, the Privateer does feel with it, doesn't it, guys? Comes down the line there. Beautiful flight demonstration of that aircraft. Very rarely seen, but coming down in parade review right now, the beautiful B-17, the Flying Fortress. Oh yeah, there's only about there's only 2 B-29s everywhere. PB4Ys and Privateers are the Liberators that are flying, and I think there's less than 10 of the B's position coming right back at us here from our left now. Look at that, beautiful. Wingspan of Doc, you know, so that's really long. It's 141 feet. If you look at airplanes like the Mustang, wingspan on that is 37 feet. You're looking at 104 feet more wingspan between the fighter and the bomber there as they go by, and coming by as they come down our show line. Still see B-17s featured prominently in the TV series 12 O'Clock High, which is still aired on TV stations all around the country at some unique times of the day. Chicago, I think it's on at midnight on one of the stations, so kind of appropriate for 12 O'Clock High to be on at 12 o'clock. Well, again, as we watch right down our show line, E1 Mustang, Fred Bauer in the Warbird Heritage Foundation Mustang. Including cities like Berlin, Leipzig, Regensburg, Munich, Scheinfurt, Stuttgart, Würzburg, as well as 2 missions on D-Day. That's right, D-Day in June 6, 1944. That involved 14 and a half hours in the air. In June of 1944, Lieutenant Goldsticker bombed an oil refinery in Ruhlin, Germany, and then flew on to Poland. And on September 10th, over Nuremberg, flak again disabled 2 engines. Flak damage to the airplane occurred at over 50% of Lieutenant Goldsticker's missions. The 34th mission was to Berlin, and Lieutenant Goldsticker navigated 35 missions. The 35th mission on October 9th to May. So overall, Lieutenant Goldsticker flew 32 missions as a bombardier and 3 as a navigator, including 19 of his missions on the Deuces Wild. From October 1944 to March 1945, Lieutenant Goldsticker was the captain during the Korean War. His citations include Distinguished Flying Cross, Air Medal with 4 Oak Leaf clusters, the European Campaign with 3 battle stars, Presidential Union citation, French Legion of Honor, French Medal of Jubilee, and a medal from the Russian government. Ladies and gentlemen, we salute and welcome Ralph Goldsticker. Thank you so much for your service, and thank you for being with us here today. Pulling up here directly in front of us at show center, that is the B-29 Flying Fortress. That's Doc. As he pulls in, he's going to be tough. Moonbeam McSwine. And we're pretty much positive Brett is having 0 fun right now. All right, he's now configuring the aircraft for its arrival sequence. One very unique thing about the Mustang is it's with that Rolls-Royce Merlin, much like our British aircraft that are with us here today, they are powered by liquid-cooled instead of air-cooled engines. Supermarine Spitfire! Bernie Bass was flying the airplane today out of Minot, North Dakota. That is part of the Dakota Territory Air Museum. As he flies that airplane right on around, you'll notice that very unique wing that is known as the elliptical wing, as he flies it through 1/2 of a Cuban 8 out here off of air show left, now extends into air show right. Dow's Bernie comes right back down, brings that stick back into his lap, hunts for the sky. You can see the D-Day invasion stripes on the wings of that airplane as he pops it across the top. Right there, going through about 2,800 feet, he tilts his head back in that bubble canopy, makes his wind corrections while inverted, executes 1/2 of a 4-point hesitation while diving on a 90-degree line. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Bernie Vasquez and the beautiful Supermarine Spitfire. Again, we're thrilled to have Bernie with us here with this historic aircraft, the Supermarine Spitfire, as we watch him roll him back in out here from air show left, keeping that airplane right in front of us. This aircraft, of course, built in England, is built by Supermarine, and it was the premier fighter for the Royal Air Force during the World War II time frame. As we watch him turn back in right now, you notice that very unique wing plan of the Spitfire with that elliptical wing as it goes out. As he flies that airplane right through the beautiful 4-point hesitation roll. There's 2 at inverted. It's out here off of air show right. What a treat it is to see a Spitfire in the skies at an air show. Very rare. We are thrilled in 2019 to be able to have a Spitfire participate with us along with the Red Arrows as we watch Bernie just absolutely doing a beautiful job of displaying that aircraft right around to the inverted, and it comes right on through in a beautiful big country barrel roll. Spitfire along with the Mustang are the best World War II examples of the old adage, if it looks good, it will fly good. First flown in 1936, the Spitfire went through an astonishing number of variants. It was used by more than 36 countries for several decades past the war's end. They were shipped to Casablanca in 1944. The Spitfire served in North Africa, of course, Greece, Yugoslavia during the war, and Italy and Israel after the war. As we watch right now, the aircraft is the manufacturer's Vickers Supermarine. The engine is the Rolls-Royce Merlin, 1,760 horsepower, max speed 312, max weight 7,900 pounds, and empty weight of 50. Bernie Vasquez and the Dakota Territory Air Museum Supermarine Spitfire. Beautiful job, Bernie.